Hey guys, welcome back to Pat Max Adventures. I am Patrick and I'm currently in beautiful Uvita, staying at this beautiful lodge. If you guys want to see more about what this place looks like, the cost and how long I've been staying here, feel free to check out the link right up here. But today I wanted to sit down and chat with you guys about what the situation is like here in Costa Rica in regards to COVID-19. Oh, this is Nico. Nico is one of the dogs here. He is deaf, so he can't always hear you whenever you're calling him. Really cool dog. Oh, now this is Osa. Hello, Osa. Oh my gosh. Nico, these guys are bombing my video here. Nico, come here, come here. You can be her. Oh, Nico. You guys go play over here. Those of you who have been following me for a while know that I spent the entire year of 2020 in the Philippines, which was a beautiful country and the people were amazing. However, the Philippines was extremely strict. They required a face mask, face shield outside, even if there was nobody near you. If you were the only person in a park or just walking on the street, you are still required to wear your face shield and your face mask, or you could get in trouble, get some kind of fine. But it was very, very strict there. So I was really curious what it would be like coming to Costa Rica, and it is night and day. And I've almost had a bit of culture shock in a way, or maybe pandemic culture shock, coming from a country that has such strict restrictions and being there for a year, and then coming to a country that is so relaxed. I had to figure out how to adapt a little. Like in my mind, it took me a little while to get used to things. My first few weeks in Costa Rica, I spent in Jaco, and I would say that about 50% or even less than 50% of the people were wearing face masks out on the street. Currently in Costa Rica, it is not required for you to wear a face mask or a face shield out in public on the streets. However, it is required to wear a face mask indoors. So if you go to any indoors establishment, restaurant, supermarket, the cinemas are open. They are social distance. You will need to wear a mask there. Any establishment that you will go to that is indoors, you are required to wear a face mask, but you are not required to wear it out on the street. And even here in Uvita, which is a more quiet and I guess you could say more rural area of Costa Rica, some people are still wearing masks out on the street, but not everyone. And it honestly feels like there's no pandemic here. It's very strange, and it's just taken me some time to adapt to it and to get used to it. I was still wearing my face shield my first week, and I was the only one wearing my face shield in Jaco, and people were looking at me like I was crazy. And then eventually I took off the face shield. I'm like, okay, I feel comfortable enough that I really don't need that. But I kept wearing my face mask because I don't know if I could bring the virus and infect someone. I was on a 12-hour flight from the Philippines to Costa Rica, and then a 5-hour flight from LA to San Jose. So I was really wearing the mask to help protect others around me. Honestly, guys, with everything that I did in 2020 in the Philippines and traveling here, I remember in the Philippines, I was in Cebu, and there was a girl in our hotel right in the middle of the lockdown in April 2020. She had a fever, she was sick. There were nurses that were working at the hospital with COVID patients, and there were a few people that got sick in our hotel. Nothing was ever confirmed. I got a cold at that time as well, and I kind of feel like I already had the virus, and I don't mean that in an arrogant way, but just everything that I've done and being on this 12-hour flight and meeting people here and there, maybe I've already been exposed to it. I honestly don't know. This whole pandemic has been really confusing and really crazy for everyone around the world. But here in Costa Rica, it's super laid back and it just doesn't feel like a pandemic is going on. But here at the lodge, people are still wearing their masks when they first arrive. And then after a few days, the masks kind of come off and everyone is just kind of relax. I'm still trying to be as conscientious as possible when I'm around new people. I wear my mask and just trying to adhere to the requirements that are currently in place here in Costa Rica, which is to wear your masks in any indoor establishment. It's so laid back, and no COVID-19 test is required to enter Costa Rica. Costa Rica opened up on November 1st with no restrictions. The only things that are required is a health insurance that will cover you up to $50,000 US, along with $2,000 in coverage for lodging. You'll also need to fill out a health pass online, and you will need to provide an exit flight showing that you will leave the country before your 90 days or 30 days or whatever they stamp you in for runs out. I hope this answers some people's questions and you guys get a good idea of just the current situation down here in Costa Rica. It's very strange. It just doesn't feel like there's a pandemic going on, except whenever you're indoors and when you're meeting and around new people. But other than that, it's very laid back. And I thought that Costa Rica was gonna go downhill as far as their numbers. As soon as I saw Costa Rica open up on November 1st with no restrictions, I was like, oh no, they're gonna get more infections and then the country's gonna close down. And that didn't happen. Their numbers have continued to go down. And actually, the highest number of cases was back in September 2020. So even though they're completely open with no restrictions, things continue to improve here. And it's just very interesting to see. And I hope that things continue to get better here in the Philippines, in the United States, and just everywhere around the world. I really feel that hopefully by this summer, a lot of the world will start to get back to normal, or there might be some more normalcy. I'm not sure. I would love to hear from you guys. What do you think will happen later this year? Do you think things will get more back to normal globally or in your country or city, wherever you are? What do you think about the restrictions here in Costa Rica and their requirements? Do you think that it's good enough or that it's not good enough concerning their numbers? You can check online on several websites. I'll leave some links down below to World Meter and another website I use as well. You can see that the numbers here in Costa Rica continue to drop while their numbers continue to decrease, and that's great for Costa Rica. It's great to see how well they have been doing here. Thanks again for watching, guys, and remember to live every moment to the max. I'll see you guys next time.